no airstrikes by the British, but we're told they gathered invaluable intelligence. What was that intelligence that was so invaluable?
Well, so far, John, the Ministry of Defence hasn't given us any clear details of what that intelligence may have been. In fact, military chiefs here in Britain are saying they will not give a running commentary on those aerial operations over Iraq. But certainly, if you look at what those planes actually did beyond flying overhead, they didn't fire a single shot, even though they were armed with missiles and laser-guided bombs. And that, the Ministry of Defence did say, was because they couldn't find any worthwhile targets hitting. Now, yes, it is true that Britain's Parliament authorised Britain's planes to take part in airstrikes against ISIS positions inside of Iraq on Friday. But nevertheless, British warplanes have been carrying out reconnaissance and surveillance flights over Iraq for at least the last 2 weeks. And so the fact that the first day they are put in the air in an aggressive posture, they're unable to find targets, does point to one of the difficulties going forward, that neither Britain's warplanes nor any of the other coalition's warplanes are going to be able to strike decisive blows against ISIS unless they can gather enough intelligence to find worthwhile targets. And if you look across the board, whether it's Iraq or Syria, up until now, the kind of targets that have been hit have been the obvious things, really, and really militarily not too significant. That, according to military analysts we've spoken to so far, John.
And Karl, could Britain's contribution expand to including Tomahawk missiles fired from submarines in the Gulf?
Well, after the parliamentary vote on Friday, we have understood so far that Britain's contribution will be relatively limited, that to around 6 fighter jets. Putting that in perspective, that's roughly the same number as Jordan, Belgium and Holland have contributed, and 1 less than Denmark has contributed. We have, of course, seen some of those reports suggesting that Britain is now looking to buy 20 Tomahawk missiles from the United States. Those Tomahawk missiles are usually fired from the sea, either from ships or from submarines. But again, putting that in perspective, this possible order of 20 Tomahawk missiles, well, on the first night of airstrikes, the United States said that it fired 47 Tomahawk missiles into Syria, and so the 20 that Britain is now looking to buy wouldn't necessarily last for long, although at $1.5 million apiece, of course, the bill would soon ratchet up, John.